Garden Center in Sawyer, Michigan. Today we're going to talk about the different types of feeders to attract different types of birds to your yard. Many of our Michigan birds are fruit eaters and will eat fruit year-round. Be sure to offer apples with the ends cut off so the flesh is exposed. You can do oranges, pomegranates, you can hang grapes, clusters of grapes from your fruit feeder to attract many types of birds. And the little pretty baffle above is actually a rain guard to help protect the fruit from the sun and elements. This is a tube feeder style with a cage around it. The cage is designed to prevent your grackles from getting in and your squirrels as well. So it'll keep the big birds out, which includes your cardinals. It is open on the bottom to allow the seeds to drop out so that your cardinals will feed on the ground below. Your little birds can go right inside and can eat in peace. Another style of tube is just without the cage. You want to pay attention to the perches on the feeders that you choose. The perch is going to dictate what size bird uses the feeder. So for instance, this is going to accommodate your small birds, the size of titmice and smaller. Your cardinal would use a feeder like this that has the curved perches. It allows for their bigger body to grab hold, and they can position themselves easier on this style feeder. Also, one thing I'd like to point out is the Droll Yankees brand comes with a lifetime warranty. So if there is squirrel damage on your tubes, we can replace the tubes at no charge for you. By simply adding a tray to this style feeder with the short perches, you can then feed your cardinals with the feeder of this style. These are the mesh style feeders for your Niger that will feed your finch. And the finch will just cling right onto the feeder. You'll have like a little cluster of grapes with these birds. And you'll get about 20 finch minimum on the mesh feeder. And on the tube style feeder, you'll get 6 at once. One thing I recommend when using this style of feeder, if your feeder design allows, when you're filling your feeder, flip it upside down, remove the perch and the base, and fill from the bottom. This will allow the old seed to move up and your birds will eat it so that they always have fresh seed. Once it gets down to a certain level, your finches just stop eating. Nobody knows why, it just happens that way. And it has a tendency to get old and wet and mucky. So fill it from the bottom every chance you can. On your suet feeders, everyone likes to use the peanut suet, but unfortunately your grackles and squirrels and raccoons like the peanut suet as much as everything else. So we recommend using some hot pepper suet. For your suet log, you're going to use the plug style. For regular suet feeders, you can use the square cake. What this does, it affects your squirrels and raccoons the same way it affects us, because we have saliva glands. Your birds do not, so they will eat the suet without any repercussion of the hot sauce. Also, as a deterrent to the squirrels, you could use a feeder inside of a cage. This feeder will hold 2 suet cakes, and it can be any flavor that you like because the squirrels can't get to it. And your little birds will go inside, so you'll get your wrens and downy woodpeckers, chickadees, and titmice in there. Your big woodpeckers will hang on the outside and reach the inside with their very long tongue. This is a peanut feeder for your blue jays and squirrels. If you want to feed your squirrels, your chickadees and titmice, you just fill it with the whole peanuts in the shell and the birds will cling to it and pull out the morsels. This is a window feeder. It's actually a platform, and you can get the platforms in pole mounted style. You could get them in a hanging style. This happens to be one that mounts on the window. This would attract every type of bird, and you can control the ones that you want and don't want with the types of seed that you put in it. But bring your birds right up close. It's great entertainment for the kids, great entertainment for you and for your kitties. And last but not least, we have the hopper style feeders. This one is made of cedar. We do have hoppers that are made out of recycled plastic products that are great for the environment. The feeders come from Wisconsin, and they all have seed deflectors inside to push the seed to the birds to the outside, and they come with a mesh bottom for easy drainage. So be sure to stop in and see us. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.